Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I have a dupe video. I have the Modern Renaissance palette and the new Wet n Wild palette. This one is like about $42 and this one is about $6, I think. I want to compare them, and if you keep on watching you'll know which eye is what. You can't really tell which eye is which, and I think that's a really good thing. So yeah, so if you guys want to see this dupe and compare these colors, then keep on watching. Okay, so I have the Modern Renaissance and the Wet n Wild, what is this called? Rose in the Air palette. There's a lot of similar colors, so I'm just gonna try to keep it in a neutral, like a neutral eye, or like a warm neutral eye. I'm going to use the Wet n Wild on my left and the Modern Renaissance on my right. So on my Modern Renaissance side, I'm going to use Raw Sienna as my transition. And for this, I'm just using the Morphe 514. I don't have doubles of the brushes, so I'm just gonna wipe the brush off with a rag, and just to clean off that one side. So for the Wet n Wild side, I'm gonna take this transition color and add that in the crease. So far it looks pretty similar. And I just went in just as much times as I went in with the Modern Renaissance to get the pigmentation. One thing about like drugstore palettes, they're so close together, and the palettes are like, the little pans are too small, so when you dip your brush in there, I dipped my brush and I got it a little bit inside of the darker one. So for my next color, I'm just going to take this orangey color from the Wet n Wild right here and just add that again in the crease, just to warm it up a little bit. And I'm taking a Morphe 330 for this. And I'm just keeping it more concentrated in the crease. Same thing, I'm just wiping and taking Rear Guard from the Modern Renaissance and putting that in the crease as well. I keep trying to go back and forth. I keep forgetting that there are two different colors. Two different palettes, I mean. Alright, so for the crease, for the outer V, I mean, I am going to take a little tiny bit of this, because I already know this is really pigmented on the Modern Renaissance palette. And this brush I'm using is like it's like a 217 by MAC dupe. I think I got it from BH Cosmetics. Or Coastal Scents, I think. So I'm just gonna add this right here, just on our outer V. I didn't want it to be too smoky in the crease. What I wish they did have in both palettes, it's like a medium color, like a medium brown. And I'm just gonna take that blending brush again with the two crease colors, just to blend this out. And I'm just gonna take a Morphe 507 with that same dark brown and just darken it up just a little bit more. back with the blending brush and just blend it out. So I'm just gonna wipe off those brushes and then go in with the Wet n Wild and do the same exact thing, dark color, with the 217 Dupe. Add that in the crease. This is pretty pigmented. I'm really liking it so far. And it's blending out just as like the Modern Renaissance is blending out. Then again with the blending brush and those two crease colors, just to blend that out more. So as I'm going back and forth, I'm just wiping it on the rag, just because I just want to use it for the blending, not to add any color. Going back in with the Wet n Wild transition color and just blending that a little bit more in the crease. And then again in the Modern Renaissance doing the same thing. And there isn't any fallout. I mean, I'm tapping my brush off, but there isn't any fallout so far. Alright, so for the Wet n Wild, I'm going to use this shimmer color right here with a flat brush, a flat eyeshadow brush. I'm just going to wet it because I already know I like the pigment better when I wet the brushes. In the Wet n Wild palette, there's only one shimmery gold. In the Modern Renaissance, there's two. One on the pink side and one on the gold side. Pretty good. So now for the Modern Renaissance, I'm going in with this gold color and doing the same thing, just wetting it and applying that. And they look really similar. You can't even tell. And this palette only cost me like $6. Alright, so as my inner corner highlight, I'm just gonna take this matte shade right here and add that. I'm probably gonna add some highlight there because I like it more shimmery. And the same thing with the Modern Renaissance, I'm gonna add tempera. You know what, maybe I'll add some spray on the brush and just go in with the gold shade for the inner corners. I'm mixing the Wet n Wild and the shimmer and the light one for the inner corner. I feel like it's not bright enough. I wish they had like more of a paler gold. Alright, so now I'm gonna go in on the lower lash line, and again with the Wet n Wild transition color and that orangey color, these two down under here with a pencil brush. This one is by Morphe for M431, and I'm just doing the same thing with those colors on the bottom. Then add in that dark brown. Alright, wiping that off and doing the same thing with the Modern Renaissance. I'm taking those colors, Raw Sienna, Real Gar, and Cyber's Umber. That's the dark brown. This one and this one. For the inner corner, I mean the waterline, I'm just going to add this brown liner from MAC called Teddy on both sides. Okay, so I'm just going to go add my lashes and mascara, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is a final look. I really like this dupe. I mean, if you're on a budget and you feel like you don't want to spend 40 on this one or 42, this one is a really good alternative. I'm going to be using a lot. I just wish it had like a medium color and at least like one more shimmer, I guess. But yeah, overall I really do like it. You can't even tell the difference. Like, it really does look exactly the same. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this review, this dupe video, and I see you next time on my next video.